Hello, welcome. We're going to demonstrate the Sunflex24 Daylight Controller. We're going to go through the setup procedure. Once you get it out of the box, you plug it in. It'll be in some mode, more than likely manual, but just in case it isn't, it really doesn't matter. So we're going to go to the menu push button, select menu, and we're going to scroll down one position. To set the date and time, press enter, and it tells you basically we're going to adjust the date, time, and GPS coordinates. Press enter to continue, and one more time to remind you that press enter only after making the last entry. Time, minutes, seconds, month, date, and year, latitude, longitude, and these coordinates are set for my particular location. I'm located in Phoenix, Arizona. Just a quick reminder, assuming you are on the in North America, Canada, Mexico, South America for that matter, just remember one thing: longitude for us will always be a negative value because we are on the west side of GMT. Just a little reminder. Once I haven't done that, press enter. Next thing we want to do is we want to set up the sun rising duration. What does that mean? That means we're going to set up the incandescent bulbs to simulate a natural sunrise, and that time can be anywhere from 3 minutes and as long as 30 minutes. It's your choice, user selectable. That's the amount of time it'll take for the lights to go from total darkness to full brilliance. After full brilliance, we turn a relay on to kick on the fluorescent day lamps, and those day lamps will remain on for the duration of the day. How do we set it? Press enter, adjust the values, and we're going to leave it a short value so we can do our sunrise sunset simulation quickly. Next will be the sun setting duration, and again, same scenario. Next is going to be the night light level. That's a user's choice. You can have a very small glow of the incandescent lamps after sunset is executed. That leaves a little bit of light so the birds can find their way around should they fall off of their perch or move out of their nest or whatever the situation may be. Some breeders prefer not to use night lights at all. It's a user choice. You can turn it on or you can turn it off. As you can see, this particular unit was already preset for 12%. If you press the down arrow, it'll go down to off. And let's bring it back up to 10%. We already know what off does. 12%. Next is a valuable feature called fixed sunrise start. It's a yes or no answer. If you choose to have fixed sunrise, what that means is when we calculate the amount of adjustments we need to make on a daily basis for the boost or rest mode, we calculate and adjust sunrise and sunset. So in other words, if we are expanding from so many hours a day to a larger value, we would make sunrise happen faster and sunset happen later. However, there is some breeders that prefer not to use that feature for their particular reasons. They want a fixed sunrise time. That scenario, what it does is sunrise will always be at the same preset time. We make all the adjustments and we add or subtract for the day only at sunset time. Show you what that feature looks like. Press enter. Remind you what it's going to do, and right now it's set to be fixed sunrise. Toggle it on, toggle it off. We will turn it off so we can see how the adjustments are made. Okay, that brings us to the beautiful features of the elimination of the tweaking of the timers routine during breeding season. Boost starting hours, boost ending hours, and boost for a number of days. When you are ready to do a breeding session, 3 questions need to be answered. Question number 1, how many hours of daylight are we going to start with? typically anywhere from 9 to 11 hours, typically. What is the maximum number of hours we want to get to at the end of the breeding session? Typically 14, 15, 16. You're the breeder, you know your birds. Now, the next question is, how quickly do we want to get there? How many days' time do we want to do it in? Do we want to do it in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 92 days, 57 days? It doesn't matter. You are the breeder, you know your birds, you know your formula, so to speak. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to go and set up some values. Boost starting hours. Defaults to 9. It can be higher, it can be lower. It can be as low as 6 hours. It can be as high as 12 hours. Oops, I'm sorry. It can be as high as 16 hours. You won't get much increment in time. So let's set it up for 10 hours. Boost ending hours, same scenario. Defaults to 15, 14, or as high as 18 hours. Let's leave it at 14 hours. Typical values. Number of days that we want to achieve that increase in daylight time. Defaults to 90. It can be shorter, it can be longer. It can be as short as 14 days. It can be as long as 150 days. We'll leave it at 90. With those values, what can we expect to see for adjustments as far as sunrise and sunset? So let's select that. It shows that sunrise is going to be delayed 53 seconds and sunset is going to be delayed 1 minute and 46 seconds. So 53 seconds earlier in the morning, 1 minute and 56 seconds later at night. That adjustment is made each and every day for the duration of the breeding session at 15 seconds after midnight. Let's pretend that we're starting a boost mode. See what it looks like. You're starting the advanced sunrise and delay sunset mode. Auto boost is off. Obviously, it is off. We will proceed to turn it on. Toggle it on. It says set the desired start time for the first day of boost mode. Now right here, just in case we already were in a boost mode and we don't want to upset any of the settings that we have a bailout feature. Press the home key to exit. It's like we got here by accident. In our case, it was on purpose, so we want to proceed and go. So we're going to press the arrow key. And this asks us, when is the first sunrise going to occur? Let's set it for 7 o'clock, an even value. So that, let's set it for 7:15. 7:15. Boost mode for 90 days, sunrise delay 53 seconds, sunset delay 1 minute and 46 seconds. Just a reminder, that's what we're going to expect each and every day. Press the right key, home key, I'm sorry. And now the system tells us sunrise is going to occur at 7:15, sunset is going to occur at 17:15. We're in boost mode. We are on day 0 of 90 days. Daylight today is 10 hours. Now, with that in mind, let's pretend that we're going to go through a midnight scenario. And here's what happened at midnight. Tomorrow, sunrise will be at 7:14. Sunset will be at 17:16 for 2 minutes gain in daylight hours. Let's go through that scenario one more time. So you can see sunrise at 7:13, sunset at 17:18 for a total of 10 hours and 5 minutes. By the way, the seconds are not shown, but the minutes, trust me, are not thrown away. The minutes are, the seconds are accumulated and saved so that we can keep track of them. Now, what happens at the end of the 90 days? On day 90, when midnight occurs, which would actually make it day 91, when midnight occurs, the system knows that the 90 days are up. It switches from boost mode into manual mode, and it remains in that mode until you change it again. And typically it would be to initiate the rest mode. So once it gets to the 14 hours of daylight or whatever the peak value was and the number of days, it remains at that particular sunrise and sunset routine until you change it.